Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Jev, and we're gonna be installing this thing. I have to uninstall the old graphics drivers and all that other shit, and unplug this, open it up, and then swap the parts out, and then hopefully this is gonna work. Uninstall. Oh god, please don't make my computer explode. Please. Change the resolution and everything, I'm scared. Alright, fuck it, let's see if we can do this. Alright, so now it's installing the new drivers. I actually had a little scare here. There's a little DVI thing on the back of the graphics card that I tried to plug in there, and it didn't have any male or female end in it. And I was freaking out like it wasn't actually going to work, and I thought I needed to go out and buy a whole like different type of DVI thing, and I couldn't plug it in or anything like that. It was just completely covered, and I was like, well, what the fuck? And then I took this little adapter thing and I was like super confused because I didn't know if I had to plug this in first and then plug this other connector thingy to this one in order to make it work. As I sat there and I kept messing with this little thing, it's actually just a cap to protect the prongs on the end of it. Freaking out over a cap. I don't know what my deal has been, but all I've been doing the past like week or so has been drinking these Kickstart things. Please don't get mad at me, Gamma. So I've had a few people tweeting at me, like even leaving comments on videos and stuff saying some shit like, have you got the wrong graphics card, dude? Like I swear this thing is gonna like explode in your computer or some shit, like some crazy stuff. Like there's a bunch of different versions of different like graphics cards, right? The version I got is a version that is completely water cooled. Putting the water cooling into my computer with this, but I didn't record the whole thing. I got it all together now. But I said I was gonna record the whole thing, but then the camera started dying and I was just kind of like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But I have it all together now, it's running good, but I fucked up. Not so much on the computer, but I just fucked up in general. I did it again. I accidentally live streamed again. There's that. This time it wasn't just for a few seconds. I was actually live streaming for around 5 minutes or so. Yeah, it was like around 5 minutes. Waiting for the day for something really creepy to happen behind me when the camera's facing this way and I'm not paying attention. It's always like a horror movie. Every single time I go down this motherfucking hallway, there's gonna be something there. I guarantee that in a horror movie, as soon as I walked around this corner, there was somebody that walked around the fucking corner back there. Follow me and they're just keeping an eye on me. And of course it's gone when I look back, right? This is how you drive yourself insane. I had a little oopsie though. Here, look, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is a live streaming program, right? I was looking to test out how the recordings looked after I, installed everything. Everything is good. I was looking to see how different things ran and just how certain games ran and stuff. And the way that I did that was that I was just gonna record a simple file, right? It was the same exact situation as last time. Just record a simple little file, watch it back, and just see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted, right? But see, what I thought I had clicked, start recording, I actually ended up clicking start streaming. And I was sitting here just playing Tomb Raider just to test it out, and I didn't realize that I actually had a few hundred people watching at the time. So yeah, that was awkward because I went to go and close the program and it was like, stop streaming. And I was like, no, I mean stop recording, not stop streaming. I never began streaming. And yep, sure enough, I immediately looked into my mentions and I looked onto the chat and it's just fucking, the chat was just blowing up. I got so many DMs from people. They're like, dude, do you know that you're live right now? And when I was recording it, I was like in a call too at the same time so they could hear voices and stuff and like hear me talking to them and them talking to me, even though during that entire time I was hardly even talking. Luckily I didn't go to do like some really embarrassing shit like, I don't know, like pick my nose or change my clothes or some shit right in here or decide to like, use a flashlight or something. Sounds out there, but it's some weird shit has happened to me before, so I need a haircut so bad. I'm actually gonna stop vlogging for the night. I also have to, when I get up, I'm gonna have to go to the post office anyway, so I'll be taking you guys there like usual. This is the casual thing. People are gonna be like, Ev never switches up his vlogs. He always does the same things over and over and over again. Welcome to my life. This is it. Good morning. I'm a pretty bad morning person, to be honest. I'm miserable. It actually snowed last night. I was a little worried, but luckily it wasn't that much. It was maybe like half an inch. I just had like a giant ball of snow fall off of a tree. Just gonna head over to the post office now, see what they got. Time for the drive. I'm putting my seatbelt on, I promise. All right, we made it here. See what they got. All right, so right now I got a couple things in the back. I got like a big package, some packages in the front. These are the carts that I was talking about. It's just filled with stuff. Hoping one day I don't have to make 2 trips. All right. We're full up again. Got a whole bunch of stuff again. Whoever it was, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 people. It's actually coming from 2 different places, but I don't know if it's just the same person doing it, going under like another name. There's someone that keeps sending these boxes of boxes. It's either to FaZe Jeff or FaZe Dad. And I asked the post office because I was sitting there, I was like, are you guys the ones that are like giving this shit to me? Like, or is somebody actually sending it? And they're like, no, somebody's definitely sending it to you. We don't just give out boxes. I'm not ordering them. I'm not keeping them. I'm not doing anything like that. He's waving at me. So whoever's sending this stuff, I mean, the post office can use them, so thank you. Guarantee as soon as I turn this corner, this whole box pile next to me is gonna fall right on top of me. I try my best to secure it in my little car, but there's only so much a little coupe can hold. There was a box that I got that is like, it feels like it has something that's like glass in it. And it says extremely fragile, not just fragile, extremely fragile. And I'm hoping it's okay back there. I tried to like get it in between a lot of the boxes so it doesn't move around a whole bunch. That's one of my fears, that like when I get things that they break in my possession, not just the post office and stuff, because that really fucking sucks. Like if I spend a long ass time trying to make something and then send it in the mail, and because people just want to get their jobs done as quickly as possible, they just go and like throw all these fragile boxes around and shit, it fucking sucks. I don't know if it's like an irrational fear or not. There are some times where it feels like somebody is following me on the street. Like, have you ever just been driving and noticed that the same car has been behind you for a good amount of time, and they follow you in each and every single turn that you make, and they're not even like, at the time it's like, okay, it's common sense, they're going to the same place, right? But the thing is, this guy followed me every single turn. Like I tested it out earlier because like I was watching this guy that was behind me. He was in a black Range Rover. I'm driving and I noticed that he's been behind me for a good amount of time, taking every single turn that I take. So I started getting to this point to where like every single street that I started passing, I started like turning on my blinker and shit to see if like he would turn on his blinker to try to follow that route that I was going to take, or at least it looked like I was going to take. I turned my blinker on, he turns his blinker on, and then I pass that street, and then he passes that street and then doesn't turn down any street. He followed me until about maybe a mile ago. I don't know, that was really fucking creepy. Please don't rate me. Well, looks like it's almost time for a new P.O. box opening video. Soon enough.